What's going on, guys? Eric Fosnot here, CEO of Pathfinder Marketing, and I just have a quick little life/business update for you. The biggest one being that we have started our own painting company. Yes, as crazy as that sounds, you're probably sitting there going, Eric, why? You've got an amazing marketing company, you're making good money, you get to work from anywhere and travel around the world. Why would you move back to your hometown of Cleveland and start a painting company? And it really came down to three key reasons, okay? The number one reason being that we want to use this company as a testing ground. I've had a lot of very unique ideas over the last year or so in regards to different marketing angles you could take, different things you could do in the sales process to really innovate on this industry. And we've needed a vehicle to actually try some of these ideas through. Now, the first thing you're probably thinking is, why wouldn't you just try some of these ideas through your current painting clients? That seems like a really easy way to do that. And we've tested a handful of the ideas we've had there, but it got to the point with certain ideas we wanted to roll out that these ideas are pretty far out there. And if they work, I mean, it'll totally shake up the industry, but coming to a very established business that is making good money and has employees to feed and all of that, and saying, hey, I want you to completely change your sales process to this new thing that a bunch of people don't think is possible. It's a bit of a tough sell. And we realized some of these things we wanted to try that we were very confident in working would just be easier if we had our own company to facilitate that through, and we could change and pivot on a dime if we needed to, and we were risking our money, not our clients. Now, reason number two being we are always looking for ways to learn and innovate and get better at this game of business. And as a lot of you guys know, I have studied Alex Hormozi like it's my job, like a lot of us marketers have. I've learned a lot from him. And he told this story a while ago on a YouTube video or a podcast where he was talking with a guy who ran a marketing agency for real estate agents. And this guy was frustrated, he wasn't getting the results he wanted for his clients. And I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially Alex asked him, well, have you ever sold a house before? And the guy said, well, no. And Alex said, well, I would recommend you go get your real estate license, you become an agent, and you go sell some houses and you work the leads and you figure out where the gap is. Go do the thing yourself so that you can better serve your clients. And that hit me really hard. And fast forward, when I was looking for an apartment in Miami, I actually got to work with that same real estate agent. So shout out to Peter if you're watching this. But that story hit me really, really hard. And that is the reason why I flew out to go visit Tanner 10 months ago and go sell projects with him. That's the reason I went and flew out and visited Jason Phillips for a couple of days to see what his operation is like running an $8 million company. And that stuff has helped us so much to be able to coach our clients more, because I'm sure as a lot of you guys know, but if you don't, our company really has two parts of it. We have the marketing side where we do Facebook and Instagram advertising for painting companies. And then we also have a little bit of a coaching side where we coach them on appointment setting and sales, because that's where my previous experience was in the remodeling company I used to work for. But it is different in the painting side and there's different nuances. So that's why I flew around and visited a bunch of people so I could grow and get better and be able to coach our clients on different thought processes and different ways of doing things. And it has helped us so much. And this is the next step in doing that, to actually go back and take a company from the beginning and grow it and say, look, this is how we're doing it, and go get the reps and learn this thing at a whole nother level so that we can get the best possible results for our clients. Now, one other thing I want to add is I'm not building this painting company to prove something to anybody. I'm not building this to show you like, hey, our marketing systems work and use it as a case study to leverage it. I'm sure that'll happen as a byproduct because we are gonna obviously be using our marketing methods and all of that stuff. But the real reason I'm doing this is to go get the reps, get the practice so we can be better for our clients. Go run more estimates, go hire subcontractors, go hire a project manager, go get that experience so I can get better at this game of business and just be able to pass all those lessons and findings on to our new clients, especially with some of the really unique ideas we're testing, because I guarantee they'll shake up the industry. And if you're a client or potential client listening to this and you're thinking,
oh my gosh, Eric's starting his own painting company, he's gonna be competing with us, maybe now I don't wanna work with them.
Let me just pause you right there, because that is not a mindset that is serving you. There's two pieces here. One, you need to have an abundance mindset in business. The more you give, the more will come back to you. I literally know multiple markets in Minnesota, in Metro Detroit, in multiple areas across the US where I know 3 or 4 people there that run amazing painting companies, and they all help each other. They share ideas. Sometimes they're bidding against the same jobs. They are literally competing against each other, and yet they help each other and they compare notes. And as a result, what has happened is both companies have grown and they've raised the standard for the industry in their area, and they have both benefited from it. And the other side of this is, if you're not in the Cleveland area, it literally would logically make 0 sense for you to feel like we would be competing with you. If you're over in St. Louis or California, it's quite literally impossible for us to take your customer in Cleveland, unless they were moving, in which case we would be able to refer them over to you, okay? And I know that sounds crazy. The only reason I have to say this is just because when we kind of had this first idea and said it as a joke in passing to some people 10 months ago, we had some people mention that like they might think we would be competing with them, which I realize sounds so crazy and bizarre because it logically makes 0 sense. And even if I was in the same market as you, it would just be helping you. It needs to be said because there may be some people thinking it. So if that is you, that's okay. Hopefully now you understand, and this is literally only going to be of benefit to you, even if you were directly in our same market and we were bidding against the same jobs. This is only going to help you if you are working with us. Now, to wrap up this video, I just want to give you guys a quick little update as far as where the painting company is at today and what you can expect as far as updates and that sort of stuff going forward in the future. The painting company has been live for about 3 or 4 weeks now, not super long. I've run about 12 or 13 estimates and I've closed 4 projects. The interesting part being all of those projects have been closed over the phone. Okay, all virtual, all over the phone, which is one of the big things we wanted to test in this painting company. As you can tell, the company's been live for about 3 or 4 weeks and I've only run 12 or 13 estimates. The reason being, like, this is kind of almost part-time, right? I'm probably averaging about 3 or 4 hours a day inside of the painting company because obviously the marketing company is my first priority. If something comes up and something needs to take priority, the marketing company is my priority and serving our clients over there. The painting company can get put off to the side since it is primarily a testing ground, right? Beyond that, we are using subcontractors, right? I'm an okay painter. I'm not a great painter, but we are using subcontractors. So our payroll and everything is pretty light. It's really just the marketing costs, which primarily is just Facebook and Instagram ads right now, since that's what we know and that's what we do best. And then we do have a appointment setter / virtual assistant over in Mexico on the team, which is obviously a lower salary and payroll, which is great. Really, we just had an amazing candidate come in front of us from some of our other recruiting efforts. So she was actually on the team for several weeks before we even went live with the company, just training and practicing because she was such an incredible candidate that we didn't want to pass her up. And that's really it. As we prove the concept a little bit more, I'm sure we'll hire a project manager and a sales rep and do some of that because we actually did our first project on Monday. I'm recording this on Wednesday, April 19th. We actually did our first project on Monday and I was out walking through the project, doing a little bit of the project management stuff while then running the marketing company for my laptop in the car, and it was difficult. So we're already starting to recruit for a part-time project manager role to come in and do some of that. And that's really where the company is at today. It's pretty lean. It's a testing ground to really figure this out and go get the reps and learn and just get better, right? Again, the goal is not to build this $1 million company in 3 months to, write a great headline and market and all this sort of stuff. The goal is to just build a real company and go get the reps and go get the experience so that I can just continue to get better and better and better at this game of business and serve our clients at an even higher level. And what we'll do with it from there, I don't know. Hopefully it just runs as a nice passive business and we can get it to that point and then show other people how to do that. But that is to be determined for another day. In terms of what you can expect as far as updates, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow me on Facebook or Instagram. It's just at Eric Foz on all social platforms. I'll be totally honest, I don't necessarily expect to be giving super frequent updates about where we're at with this stuff. I'm sure I'll make some updates on my story and that sort of stuff on Instagram, but for whatever reason, I just kind of want to keep this on the down low for now. And I just want to put my head down and really build. If I'm being honest, we've been stabbed in the back a lot of times over the last 6 to 12 months or so. Pretty much every marketing company out there in the space has stolen our stuff, ripped off our ad copy, taken our intellectual property. We've had to get lawyers involved. It's not been fun, and we've just had a lot of things that have made it harder than it needs to be. And I don't know if that's the main reason why, but for some reason it just feels right in my gut to just kind of put my head down, build this thing, and when it feels right, I'll probably post more about it. But you may not hear a whole lot about it for 4 or 5 months until it's in a different place and it feels right. So obviously I'll be updating all of our clients as far as the stuff we're building out, the stuff we're doing, what's currently working really well, the new things we're innovating, how we're selling these projects virtually. Of course, I'll be going over all of that stuff on the coaching calls with all of our clients. But as far as other YouTube videos and stuff, I'm not exactly sure when that'll come, but rest assured at some point it will come when it feels more right. So that is all I got. Hopefully you enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe and follow for when those updates do come, and I will see you on the other side.